Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I heard you're abundant by nature. It is your nature to be abundant. And anything that separates you from that truth of abundance and prosperity that you always have access to because it flows through you. It's a part of you. Anything that separates you from that is a lie. What aligns with your abundance is truth. And what lies outside of that is a lie. So choose the truth. Okay? If there are stories that your mind has been telling you or thoughts that have been bouncing around within your mental space that align with poverty or a story of like, oh, I can't, or this just can't happen, or this isn't a possibility, or this will never be, just know that that is not truth. Those thoughts do not represent your truth and your true destiny. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. What is coming through for this beautiful being? What do they need to know or be reminded of at this time? Perspective. Yeah. Hanged Man energy. There's something that you're being guided towards realizing now. And it's about how you're seeing something. Also, something that you may have perceived within you or about yourself, you may have perceived it as a weakness. It's actually a strength. This is about your gifts. You are so powerful and gifted. But there's something that you haven't been seeing about this. Divine is asking you to turn something upside down. So look at it from another perspective regarding your gifts. Something that you can do. And this is very important, the way it came through. Something that you can do, because not everybody can do this thing that you're able to do. If they can do it, they can't do it with the amount of ease and flow with which you do it. It just comes from you. It could be how easily you create something. I'm seeing artistry. It could be, and you know, art can be, it doesn't just have to be drawing or painting. It can be your music. This is coming to me. I was watching Jimmy Fallon and Flea was on there from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he has a new album. I think it's called Honora, I think. Okay. But his mother-in-law is on the album cover, and it's very beautiful. She has like a dove on her shoulder. It's so pretty. But anyway, it's a jazz album, and his performance on the Jimmy Fallon show was so amazing, and it was real, and there was like real instruments, and it wasn't AI. No hate on anybody who uses AI, but with my music, I like it real. Okay, I like it real and raw, and just real instruments, real voices. And it was just so pure. And yeah, there's something important about that here though, because I was looking at a bowl video the other night, and I saw a comment where this person said, there are so many videos now that utilize AI. It's so refreshing to experience your artistry. It was a person who does bowls, singing bowls. It's such a gift to experience your real artistry. And so there could be something here about that. I think sometimes about musicians and even artists of any type, anybody, because, you know, AI is creeping into just about every field, right? Or has crept in. And so there could be something here about feeling like there's no hope for something that you want to do because there's so much competition, but because of AI. But Divine is saying to look at something from another perspective, because there's something that you as a divine being, not being artificial, right? You are real. You are the real deal. It's something that you can bring to this field that AI cannot. And if you think that what you bring and what you offer and who you are, if you think that that is not valued, please think again. Please look at that from another perspective, because I'm seeing more and more that people are craving the real, the raw, the pure, the organic, okay? What more about these gifts, or this gift of this beautiful being? Preparation. Yeah, something about preparation. I feel like you've been doing something to prepare. Yeah, this is about taking very real steps. I'm seeing this structure back here on the left, and it's giving me the woodpecker energy. There are a lot of woodpeckers in my neighborhood, and so when I hear them, it's always a spirit of, it can be of industrialization, but I take that to mean like hard work, because I'm not going out here and like cutting trees down and building metal structures and stuff like that. I don't, you know, that's, but for me, how I process that industrialization is just getting to work, building something, doing something, creating something. And so that's what you've been doing. You've been building either your talent, you've been like working on it, you've been developing it, or perhaps you've been building a business. There's something like hardcore nitty-gritty that you've been doing. Taking real actionable steps towards something. But then I'm seeing this crow who, like, okay, so you built something, but now they're like, you know, so maybe you were moving forward and now they're like, wait, I gotta go back. There's something that you might feel like you're not prepared for, or something that you think needs more attention or work. What's the energy here, Divine? What's going on with this beautiful being's world? What's going on with this preparation card and gifts? Please clarify. Don Juan. There might be something that you feel like is missing. Like, okay, I'm seeing this in several ways. With the Don Juan card, there could be something that a person is interrupting you with, as far as like some sort of fantasy, or I'm getting the energy of betrayal, but also the energy of like temptation. Yeah, it's a temptation energy, but that temptation would lead to a betrayal. Tell us more about this Don Juan energy. Mediator. So there's somebody who's trying to present themselves as the key to your gifts. And they're like, you need this. And we just had 9/11 on the timer. That's like a warning from spirit. But also this person is coming through like, you need me. You need what I've got. They're trying to make themselves seem so needed. Like that's the vibe. Like, oh, you need me. You need this in order to be successful. And with mediator, it's like this person is trying to act as though they're a necessity to bring you to your success. Like whatever it is that they offer, it could be a service, it could be like extra classes, But it's like they're trying to make you think that you need what they offer in order for your success to unfold in the way that it's supposed to. Well, we got the slave card. Because they want you and others to be a slave. 10-10 on the timer. Whatever this is, this energy that's trying to get in the way of your destiny and trying to present itself as, I'm hearing a tempting offer. They're a destroyer. I'm hearing that verse, they come to kill, steal, and destroy. Yeah, killing dreams. Now the companion card is here. So they could be presenting themselves as a needed companion. Like, yeah, I just keep hearing, you need me, you need me. But this is the way that Divine is saying that you're most beautiful on your journey at this time, is where you have this like childlike innocence of wanting to discover the world and discover your gifts and explore your path. I'm getting in a solitary way right now. For now. Certainly not with this person. Tell us more about this person. Like, what are they? What are they presenting to this being? And what are their motives? Okay, they might be saying that there's something wrong with you taking a journey alone. Now, the thing about it is that as you journey in a solitary state, you're not truly alone. You have the companionship of your ancestors and your spirit allies and the divine energy that flows through you. But they might be saying to you that you can't do this alone. And they're trying to say, you need to unite yourself with other people. We are the world. We are the world. Tell us more here, Spirit. What does this beautiful being need to know about this being that's presenting this idea to them that they need them? 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Exactly. Listen, I'm like, this is so clear. Whatever this person is, whether it is, please clarify how this person is coming to this being. Now, I mean, this is a general reading. So for some of you, this could be a person presenting themselves as a companion in a relationship. But I feel like it feels like somebody who's trying to work with you, or who says they want to help you build something. It feels like more business related, but they might be coming to you in a very familiar way, like trying to present themselves in a friendly way. Like, I'm getting this vibe of like, oh, you know, I'm just auntie, you know, I'm just auntie, love you, auntie, just looking out for you. Now, it might not be an auntie by blood, but it's like that's how they're trying to present their energy to you. Or it could be like, you know, a friend, like, we sisters, you know, or we're bros, you know, like whatever. It's like they're trying to come to you in a very familial type way, even if you're not related by blood. And that's what I'm getting here with the 10 of Pentacles. But what I'm also getting with the 10 of Pentacles is that this is what you have access to as you realize your gifts and who you truly are, and the beauty of whatever part of your path is solitary. I'm getting that there are parts of your journey where you will be solitary, and it'll just be you, the divine, your ancestors, your spirits, and nature, and all the energies that you work with. But you won't be surrounded by a clique or an entourage. But there's beauty in that, because that's when you get closest to spirit, because you can hear the spirits the clearest at those times, you know, because it's just you and spirit. There are no distractions. But there are also other times on your journey where you will have that tribe vibe, and there are beings that you are connecting with, and you're supporting each other. But in those times, it will be reciprocal. It's not going to feel like this person comes in and they present themselves as a savior. That's really the vibe I was getting with that mediator card. You know how like in religion, and I'm not shaming any religious people, but in Christianity, they say that, you know, in order to get to God, you must go through Christ. Well, it feels like that's how this person is presenting themselves. Like, in order to get to your destiny, you've got to come through me. Not the case, okay? Now, this person is presenting themselves as family and in this abundant energy, like they're going to lead you to some sort of stability and abundance. But really, they have a strategy, and it is, I'm hearing a disgusting strategy, because it's one of betrayal, and it leads to this Ten of Swords right here. It leads to the Ten of Swords. They want to end something for you. Look, Destroyer card. Also with the Slave card, I want to pull another card on this. And you know what I'm seeing, because this We Are the World card was right on top of the Slave card. I'm seeing how like there was slavery all over the world. You know, it wasn't just in the United States. It was in Latin America. It was in the Caribbean. And also in European countries, because it wasn't just, you know, slavery wasn't just based on race, right? It was, or ethnicity. It was also in multiple groups, cultural groups throughout Europe. So all around the world, there are people who have been enslaved. And that's what this person wants to do. They think like a colonizer. They think like a person who is trying to conquer others. Please clarify this Slave card. Well, it's true. Ooh. And they want to do this through your work with the Ace of Swords and Eight of Pentacles. This is nothing but facts right here. And they want to do this by having you work for what's owed to you and what you have within you. They want to make you work for, like, this is what I'm seeing. They want you to use your skills, your gifts, because this is more than just about skills. I am seeing it with skills with the Eight of Pentacles. So there's a very practical way that you are either planning to use your gifts. I saw that with the this card here, preparation, where you've been preparing something. And I saw like that woodpecker energy over here of like you've been doing work to prepare to build something, right? But ultimately, you're using your gifts. Okay, but it's in a very organized way. I just glanced at my Capricorn card on my wall. So there's very successful energy within you and within a dream that you have. This person wants to use your skills and your gifts for their glory and for their praise. They want to be praised for what you're doing. And they also want to be rewarded financially and in other ways for what you're doing, for your skills and for your gifts. And then what, Divine? What's with this Destroyer energy? Six of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. So they want to move on. Eventually, they would want to move on. Somehow they want to use your energy to build a better future for them. And I'm getting that they want to use your energy to move them from a state of, I'm hearing recklessness, could be chaos, because what they're looking for is peace. They want you to take them to a place of peace. Now you could be a Queen of Cups. I'm seeing your energy coming through as a Queen of Cups because you have gifts. Also, I see you as being very intuitive. But they want to be right behind you with this dagger, with this knife, as the Queen of Swords. You know, I know that's a tiger, but I'm getting, who is that? Is it Sabretooth? Who are those brothers who are at odds with each other? Is it Sabretooth and Wolverine? Now I'm gonna have to Google that. But I think they're like, it's almost like Cain and Abel or something like that. You know, like they're, I don't know if they're enemies. I think they are. But I'm getting that. It's like, with this, the way that this Queen of Swords is presented here, it's like they see themselves as your enemy, but they're coming to you as a friend or as a person who's just looking out for you. Be very careful with that energy, because they just want to access your divine power and they want to exert dominance over you. They want to exert dominance over you. I'm seeing this as a very like a wild animalistic type of energy that they have inside themselves. They only want to present themselves in a very docile manner, very like, oh, I'm just so sweet and I'm so loving, but really they have a very violent nature. Now this could be where they sometimes, I'm seeing a person who throws tantrums and they have a very bad temper, so they could actually get physically violent, but maybe they haven't shown that side of themselves to you. But I'm also getting that this could just be a like dog eat dog type of energy that they live in, where they're always trying to conquer others, but it's more like white collar. You know what I mean? Like they try to conquer other people, but they don't fight with their fists. They fight dirty with like legal. Oh, and they came through as the Queen of Swords too. So this person might try to get away with fraud. I'm definitely getting that. Also, I'm recalling this story that I saw, like one of those expose type of stories, and it was a woman who she would seek like athletes, and she would tell them, okay, I'll be your manager and or like your accountant or whatever. And I forget I think it was an NBA player that she was able to do this with. Was it Dennis Rodman? I don't know, but it was somebody that tapped into the finances of an NBA player and like left them high and dry, or used them and took a lot of their money, swindled them basically. Okay, so there's something here about that, about a swindling energy. They want to swindle someone and use, like you would be the one doing the work, they're the one sitting back counting the cash. I'm also hearing cash cow, something about cash cow, like they want you to be a cash cow. I mean, isn't that enslavement? If they want to use people as slaves, then that's what slavery is, using people just for their ability to generate wealth, with no care about the soul, no care about their mental well-being, their emotional well-being, or even physical well-being. None of that. Yeah, this is not at all a positive connection here. Divine, what does this beautiful being need to know about their own path? Cufflinks. Affluence, well put together, indulge, personal expression. I'm seeing here personal expression. This is about your personal journey. You have access to wealth with what you do. Also, this is Taurus energy here. You have a strong connection with Venus, and there is nothing on your path regarding abundance that is blocked because you haven't linked with a certain person. You don't need a mediator in that way. You are the gold. That's what I'm hearing. You are the pot of gold. You are the pot of gold. Abundance is within you. And Yeah, it's like you align with the frequency of excellence just naturally. Corset, held together, boundaries. Yeah, and see, boundaries are very important in this situation, but also this person wants to restrict you, you know, like a corset, you know, depending on how tight that thing is gathered, it could be tough to breathe. And so that's what this person would do, is they would have you feeling like you have to do things their way. And they're not going to present that idea to you. They're not going to come to you saying, you got to do it this way, that way, but you can't do that. They're going to come to you, or they already have come to you, in a way that's like, oh, of course, this is your thing. I'm just here to support you. But they're not. And because it came through that this person wants reward and glory for what you do, they want to see you do what you do in the way that they want you to do it, just to have control. And also because what they low-key want to do is live vicariously through you. They don't just want the money that you're able to generate. They want to live vicariously through you, because there's something that you can do with these gifts. They don't have those gifts. And I'm hearing that if they did ever have access to certain gifts that are similar to yours, they've been revoked, because this is how this person lives. They live in their animal nature, and they just want to conquer people and enslave people. So they want access to your gifts. And there's something about some sort of energy transference I'm hearing here with this Destroyer card and the Ten of Swords. They ultimately want to transfer, because this person could definitely work with energy. Now, they came through as a Queen of Swords, but you came through as a Queen of Cups. They want access to your intuition and your intuitive power. So a part of that Six of Swords, where they want to move to calmer waters, is they also want to siphon your energy. And that's one way that they would hope to do that, is by gathering your energy and using it for themselves. Changing, yeah. So it says, at this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. So that boundary card is important, because what this lets me know is that roads are open. I'm also seeing this like here. It looks kind of like, I don't know. It just looks like possibilities to me with the light there and the lines. So what frequency is this beautiful being guided to be in at this time regarding this situation, Divine? Vampire, shapeshifter, child eternal, and networker. You know why I love this? Because basically what they're saying is take your energy back. Whatever this person has siphoned from you, you take it right back. Reclaim your energy. Call your energy back to you and declare that it is purified. It's purged of all low vibrations. And your energy belongs to you. So take your power back from this shapeshifter. Because that's exactly what they are, is they're a shapeshifter. They'll present themselves in whatever light they think is going to get them what they want at that time. And then you can be right back in that beautiful energy of that adventure card that came through, where that child was on a path, like walking into that rainbow. And you can create and do exactly what it is that you're being guided to do on your genuine divine path. And then what's going to happen is, after that time of working in your magic, reclaiming your energy, healing yourself, and allowing your divine creative energy to just flow from you, then you're going to find that the right people are coming towards you, or that you're naturally drawn towards the right people. That's when you are feeling that tribe energy. But it's going to be a divine tribe. It's not going to be any vampires. I mean, I'm not saying that there won't be a couple of people in there wanting to siphon, but that's one reason why you're having this experience with this being, is because Divine is showing you what to look for and what to look out for with these vampiric entities. Because you have a path of success and abundance, there are certain energies that are attracted to your light. And it's not that they want to let your light shine on them. They want to take it for themselves. And so these narcissistic beings, these vampiric entities, they all operate the same. They really do. They really do. I know there are different types of narcissists, like the vulnerable type, the grandiose type. And yeah, I think that's probably the biggest difference is between a grandiose and a malignant, or even a grandiose and a covert. But still, the bottom line energy among most narcissists is the same. And they do a lot of the same things because it's the same demons that are working through these people. So you're really getting to know and observe some of the traits that are very apparent and very observable in these types of energies, because Divine wants you to know this information as you move forward on your path. That's another reason why that preparation card came through, is because Divine wants you prepared for this abundance that you're experiencing. You have so much wealth that's built into your DNA. Like, it's who you are. You are the pot of gold. But Divine does not want you to get to a certain point and then have to learn these lessons when it could actually influence you in a way that would take you away from where you're meant to be. The time at which you are learning these lessons from this particular being or other beings like them, it's done in divine timing. It's done in just the right time. Okay? So I love that there's this care that Divine is providing for you through these lessons. And it's preparing you for your dreams to be fulfilled. And uninterrupted by nonsense. Okay? Alright, let's get a Work Your Light card. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? What do they need to know? Also, I'm hearing that you are safe. As you set boundaries with this being, you are safe. Oh, look, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Because look at all these hands trying to get into your energy. Look at that. Is there any guidance, Divine, that's coming through regarding how this beautiful being, or anything that they need to know as they set boundaries? Okay, so you are receiving guidance and it's coming through. I'm hearing that the guidance is trickling in. So pay attention. The guidance is trickling in. Trickling like water, like through the rain, through the elements. That's a message that came through in the previous reading, okay? They may or may not be related for you, but that I think came through at the beginning of the reading, that messages are coming through nature. Okay, I'm getting here through your dreams. Oh, through your ancestors. I never noticed this with this card, but there's another being behind them. Okay, also this being has wings, so you have angelic protection. You can connect with, of course, your ancestors, but it's coming through that you have angelic protection. You can connect with the archangels. Archangel Raphael is specifically coming through right now. Archangel Metatron. And also Archangel Gabriel. Yes. And Archangel Michael. They're all stepping forward to help you. Okay. If you like to light candles and connect with them, or just call on them, talk to them. Intensity. Intensity. Ooh. Now, Divine is saying in a way, because that came through with that vampire card. Like, if this vampire has been shape-shifting and trying to siphon you, you can take your energy right back. And I don't really, like, I know how people say you can match a person's energy, but then I'm also like, or you can just stay in your energy. And, you know, but there's something here about not allowing a person's intensity to make you back down. Don't be afraid. And you know, that's something that, because the angelic protection just came through, that's something that, like, when the angels would appear in the Bible, they would usually come through and say, don't be afraid. So that leads me to believe that, you know, sometimes people were truly seeing the angels, because angels don't always look like wings and golden. You know, sometimes they can look kind of fierce, but they needed to say to a person that they were presenting themselves to, don't be afraid. So there's something here about realizing that in your divinity, you can also be fierce. There's nothing evil about being intense. There's nothing evil about refusing to back down from a person's threats, or, you know, it's like if they send threats or something like that, know that you're protected. Also, I'm getting legal protection. If there's something that you need to do in order to seek legal counsel or to equip yourself with legal protection, okay, legal counsel, I'm getting that for some of you, you might have connections to a lawyer that could just give you some, like, casual advice. You might could just let them know, hey, this is a person who's told me this, this, or that. And it also depends on what you've done with this person. Like, have you signed a contract with them? Is there anything on record about how you're going to proceed with this person? So for some of you, that will apply, that you would benefit from seeking legal counsel. But I'm definitely getting, with this intensity card, this person might try to present themselves as, like, with that shapeshifter energy, like threatening. But you have the protection of the divine. When you call on the archangels, they are there for you. Your ancestors are backing you up. So protect yourself spiritually and do what you need to do in this physical realm. If you need to seek counsel, advice from someone that is an expert in the law, do what you need to do. And then you know you don't have to back down if this person sort of becomes a little bit more intense, because you can be intense too. So yeah, boundaries. This is about your protection, your preparation, and your awareness. Okay? Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. Let's close with, what are we going to close with, Spirit? Ooh, I'm getting the Star Dragons. Yeah. Come through, Dragon Spirit. What does this beautiful being need to know or be reminded of as we close this reading? Thank you, Divine. Destruction, releasing your anger. Doesn't that look a lot like this intensity card? Okay. So let's see what's coming through here. It'll be interesting to see how this... Oh, and that is the Tower. Okay, so there could be truly like a breaking down of something that had built up between you and this other being. But it feels like, you know, it's definitely time. Also, they could try to present like, oh, I'm going to create a tower for you. But what is protected in your world is a sure thing. It doesn't matter what this person threatens to do or not do. Preparation did come through. So what I'm getting is like an energy of making your game plan. Okay, gathering yourself and determining how you want this to play out, and also receiving guidance from spirit as you formulate a plan, and then execute your plan, carry it out, see it through, and know that you're protected. Okay. Let's see here. Descend upon and smite your enemies with a vengeance and furious anger. Let it out. It's been bottling up inside you, and the time has come. Unleash the beast and leave the town smoldering if necessary. You've been holding it in for a while. Find a constructive outlet. Okay, and they said find a constructive or destructive outlet, preferably the latter. And I'm all about creating as little destruction in the physical realm as possible, because that can lead to other consequences that we don't like or enjoy. So I want to provide some balance for this, because it is very like, let out your anger. And see, that's definitely something that's coming through with that intensity card. It's like, be at peace within yourself, but know that your goal is already manifesting. Like, allow whatever anger that you felt to motivate you to protect yourself. Whatever anger you feel, channel that into your willingness to set these boundaries. But when you present this information, do it in a way where you're respecting yourself. Okay, because that's one thing. If this person does see themselves, it came through that they see you as an enemy. Don't let them get the best of you. But I feel the vibe of this fury. And so if there is fury there, allow that to motivate you to create these boundaries, but in a way that is not destructive. Okay? All right, it says, harness your inner goddess, Kali, and destroy, smash, tear things apart with reckless abandon and wanton disregard. You know what I'm getting? Because I don't like this for you. I don't like this energy for you. This could most definitely be the energy that this person is operating in, though. That's what I'm getting. Now, I adore Kali, and this is an energy of destruction that's coming through, but it's not one of reckless abandon. But you know what? That's what this person wants for you. So the best thing to do here is, if you do feel any anger, if you do feel any fury, channel that in a healthy way that is where you're either creating, maybe you're creating a plan for these boundaries. Maybe you're allowing that anger to motivate you to set an appointment with a lawyer, somebody that you can get some legal counsel from. Let that anger guide you to constructive answers, a constructive way of tearing down this attachment between you, or whatever relationship this is that this person has been trying to create between you, because they want to be attached to you. Destroy the attachment. Don't destroy anything in your world. Okay? We got to bring some balance to this message, for real. Now, I do like this. Release your anger to destroy what no longer serves you in life. Tear down the old so that you may be renewed and restored. Okay? Let it out. That's right. But always let out your anger in a way that does not get you arrested, that does not get you, that doesn't break the law. Because that's what this person is doing. They're operating out of a state of reckless abandon. But they're coming to you in this shapeshifter energy where it's like, oh, I'm so cautious and so careful and so respectful, or so loving because I'm family. It could be like that, like, presenting themselves as like adopted family. Like, we're sisters, and you're not like sisters from another mister, that kind of thing. Brothers from another mother, that type of deal. They are acting out of that fury that does not acknowledge any responsibility to remain safe. Please remain safe. Please do things out of a state of care for your life and respect for your life and the things that you have built and the things that you will continue to build. But know what you're dealing with. This person, at the end of the day, they are a destroyer, because that's what was coming through, is that destroyer energy. Even in that card, the dragon card. But I love what you're doing, because you are destroying what needs to be destroyed, but you're doing it in a way that is mindful of what you've built, of your abundance, of your beauty, and of your gifts, and you will maintain and protect those gifts. That is why you are destroying this connection or attachment that this person has been trying to create between you, and you're doing it in a state of peace that protects your peace. Okay? Ashe. All right, thank you, Spirit, for these messages, and thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I hope that you got something good out of these messages, whether it was clarity or insight or just some good vibes. I love you, and I wish you peace, I wish you joy, and so many blessings. Take care.